sequel to Planet Zoo is still a few years away, especially since Frontier is still actively developing new content for it. But if they follow a similar timeline as Planet Coaster, 2022 may be the last year we get new content. I recently made a video on what I would like to see in Planet Coaster 2, which I'll link up in the corner. Definitely go check that out after you watch this one. But I had so much fun talking about what I'd like to see in a Planet Coaster sequel, I thought I would also talk about what I'd like to see in a potential Planet Zoo sequel. Since both Planet games share a lot of the same features, some of the things I mentioned in the Planet Coaster 2 video also apply to a potential Planet Zoo sequel, such as flowing dynamic water and null paths. I go into more detail in the Planet Coaster video, so if you'd like to hear my ideas on those two features, make sure to check out that video. Again, it's linked in the corner of this video. But here are some of the Planet Zoo-centric things I would like to see in a potential sequel. One thing Planet Coaster did really well was give players tons and tons of scenery and backstage pieces. Coming off of Planet Coaster and knowing how detailed players like to get, I was honestly kind of surprised with how few backstage kind of scenery pieces were in the game when Planet Zoo launched. Another thing I would love is actual gift shop pieces. Gift shops are a major part of any real-life zoo, but we don't have any kind of gift shop decor, so we have to resort to using building pieces to make them look like memorabilia. We have transport rides in Planet Zoo, but small rides like carousels, Ferris wheels, and even small roller coasters are pretty common in zoos. Frontier doesn't need to go full Planet Coaster in a zoo game, but a few casual rides would definitely make a great addition. Another pretty common feature in zoos are playgrounds. The community has made plenty of playgrounds using art shapes and other pieces that you can get from the workshop, but they're non-functional. Functional playgrounds are a must in a Planet Zoo sequel. This is pretty straightforward. I think every zoo has a petting zoo area, so let's put them in the game. I've made one realistic zoo since the game has been out, but realistic zoos honestly kind of bore me. Since then, I've made an Arctic zoo, a Willy Wonka themed zoo, and my current project, which is a Horizon Zero Dawn themed zoo, which I'll link to the playlist in the corner if you're interested in checking it out. I'll admit that this may not be as fitting for a zoo game and may never happen in a potential sequel, but I would love to see more fantasy themed pieces. Even if Frontier took the themes from some of the Planet Coaster DLCs, I would be happy. Just because it's a zoo game doesn't mean we can't have more fantasy themes. Another one that's pretty self-explanatory, also my #1 wishlist feature for the first game. I made a fake aquarium using the billboards and importing aquarium videos into the game, but again, they're non-functional as far as the game is concerned. It is possible that we may still get aquariums for the first game, but I'm not holding out hope at this point, so I'll push my request for the sequel. Another feature that could possibly happen in the first game, but again, being where we are in the game's life cycle and basing off the type of DLCs we've gotten so far, I don't see flying birds getting added to the game. We know Frontier can do it though. Jurassic World Evolution 2 has flying dinosaurs, and the animations and flying patterns are pretty good too. So if we don't get flying birds for Planet Zoo, I hope we get them for the eventual sequel. So those are my main wish list features I would love to see in a potential Planet Zoo sequel. What things would you like to see in a Planet Zoo sequel? Leave your comments below, and then check out my current series, Meridian Springs, which is a Horizon Zero Dawn inspired zoo, which is linked up in the corner.